Happy Saturday, friends. Yappy and I are back for our consistent, committed daily vlog, video, Lexi talk, raw and honest conversation, because that's all you're going to get here. The real, raw, authentic, everything. So today, I want to talk about something that's not just important to me, but essential. So grab a snack and come on back. Hey friends, how are you? Welcome back for another Lexi talk on this beautiful, beautiful Saturday. The sun is shining. It started off raining this morning, but now the sun is out. Beautiful Carolina blue sky, and it's going to be 83 today. Right now it is 75 degrees. It's beautiful out. And I went out this morning, even though it was raining, it was nice, because it's nice when it's raining and it's springtime and it's in the 60s as opposed to raining in the 30s and the 40s and the 50s. I don't like that. That's when it's so cold and damp and miserable. But anyway, I've been up for quite some time. I woke up at 3, and that's why I'm wearing my black today. I woke up at 3 to watch Pope Francis's funeral, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful. And the people, the thousands and thousands of people. I hope that Alvin shows up here so I can, so he can drop me a comment and let me know this. I'm sure Rome and, it's just a buzz. It was a buzz today, and he got the send-off that he deserved. And it was just beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and I'm glad I was able to I jumped up. And I'm like, oh, the funeral, and I turned it on, because I wasn't even thinking, and I'm so glad, that I made it, I didn't see all of the dignitaries, and a few of them I didn't want to see anyway, but I did see a couple people. I saw the president of France, Macron, and his wife, and I saw Prince William, and I didn't see our former president, and I knew he would be there because he's Catholic, and I don't know if he was, I know he was there, but I don't know if he was there with his wife or if he just went on his own. And then the other person and their wife was there too. So the other person is currently in the White House, but that's a whole nother Oprah show. We're not going to sullen this day with that. So, but I didn't see them anyway, so I'm glad I didn't see all of that. I just was there for my Pope Francis, and that's it. And so I'm so glad that I was able to be there and see that. But today, now, I want to do this video, this essential Lexi talk on the most important relationship you will ever have is with yourself. So I wanted to do this video basically on, the most important relationship you'll ever have is you. We are the most important relationship we'll ever have. Because as RuPaul says, if you can't love yourself, who the hell else are you going to love? Who's going to love you? Come on. So I wanted to get into this to talk about self-love. And, I have my notes. Self-love, inner child healing, which is a big thing that a lot of people don't do and don't know how to do, I don't think. And at the end, I'm going to pull a card for us at the end. So we'll do that, and hopefully, offer everybody here in the collective, some guidance to this conversation. So, let's begin. Self-love just isn't, we think of self-love as, oh, I'm going to take a bubble bath today, and I'm going to go and do my nails or get my nails done. I'm going to go to the salon and get my hair done. And those things are absolutely fan-fucking-tastic and wonderful. If you can do them all the time for yourself and take care of yourself, that is amazing. It's amazing because we need that. We need that. Zoe got her very first ever pedicure. I think, when was the first time we went? Maybe in February or so, or March. We went in February. We started in January, the first of the year. Her very first ever pedicure, because she's ticklish and, she didn't want to do that. And she enjoyed it, and getting her nails done and treating herself. And I was getting my feet and nails done and just treating ourselves. And that was wonderful. But self-love and self-care is a lot more than that. It's a lot more than that. And, also, self-care is how we speak to ourselves. We have that negative talk. A lot of us have that negative talk. Oh, you're stupid. Oh, I'm so stupid. Oh, I'm so dumb. Or, why did I do that? Or, that is not good. That's not good. Oh, I'm so ugly. I'm so fat. That's not good, because you're putting that out in the ether and out in the universe. And you don't want that. You want all good things to flow and to come to you. All good things and positive things. Like we talked about a few videos ago. Look into the mirror and say, I love you. You got this, girl. I love you. You got this, man. I love you. I mean, we have to do that for ourselves. We just have to. And as you keep doing that every day, it gets easier and easier. Your throat chakras start opening, and it just gets easier. Like, what do I say every day? I love me some me, baby. I don't care what size I am, what my hair is like, long, short, whatever. I've had hair down to here. Now I have hair that's here. I've been bald. I've done it all. I've had it all. I've had pink hair, blue hair. I've had canary yellow hair. I've had green hair. I've had, you name it, I've had it. I love me for me, no matter what. No matter what size I am, at over 321 pounds, and now to be close to Wonderland. I love myself. And we have to have that positive talk and not that negative, oh, look at you, you're fat. Or look at you, you're so ugly. Oh, look at you. You're so dumb. You're so stupid. Why did you ask that question? Why did you say that? Why did you do that? Don't do that to yourself. Don't ever do that to yourself. You have to love yourself. It starts here. Because how the hell do you expect somebody else to love you if you don't love yourself? It starts here. How to hold yourself when things fall apart. How do we hold space for ourselves? Never mind holding space for other people, which we talked about this week. Angie and I did a beautiful live video about that. But how do you hold space for yourself? By being positive, doing these affirmations for yourself. I'm worthy of love. I am enough. I'm worthy of peace. I love myself. Start saying these things to yourself every single day. And how do you allow yourself to be seen even by your own heart? How do you allow yourself to be seen? I allow myself to be seen. I'm always with a smile on my face. I'm always projecting that attitude of gratitude every day that brings more love to me and more abundance. And always by saying my divine spirit prayer. These things just bring me so much joy and abundance all the time. All the time. And it makes me, brings the happiness and the joy, so that what I am projecting is what I'm going to get back. And that's what we want to do. And you want your heart to see you happy. You want your heart to see you happy, because for many of us, our inner child still carries old wounds. We still carry old wounds. And basically, there are times when we weren't chosen. We weren't heard. Or we felt like we had to earn somebody's love, and we don't have to do those things. And when you go back, you need to really reach deep inside and healing that inner child, and what that means is, if you don't know, and that's doing the shadow work, and what that means is, returning to those moments with compassion for yourself, and not shame. Never shame. Compassion. I told you all here about me being molested as a little girl by a family friend. But I didn't know anything about any of this at the age of 9 and 10 years old. But I gave myself grace and compassion because I knew that I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything to warrant that behavior from a grown-ass man who was old enough to be my actual grandfather. I didn't warrant that behavior from anyone. I was a little girl living my little girl happy life. I love to cook. I've been cooking since I was 5 years old. My father was a chef. I told you this. That was my world, cooking and babysitting and doing all those things. Teaching, because I always wanted to be a teacher. And from the time I was in 2nd grade, I knew that that was my calling. And I've always been that person who has advised and given advice, and even as that young age. So going back, and healing my inner child, it means returning to those moments with compassion and not shame. I wasn't ashamed by anything that happened because I knew that I didn't ask for that. No little child asked for the abuse. No little child asked to be molested. No little child asked those things. Maybe these little children some children are precocious because they've been abused. And so they act a certain way and they do a certain thing, but that's not them. That's what they've been groomed and programmed to. And so I give myself grace and I give myself passion and I go back, and that is how I was able to become who I am today. I don't carry those old wounds with me anymore. I don't carry that because that's gone by the wayside. I have made my peace with that. I have asked Divine Spirit, God back then, Divine Spirit now, that I know I was asking and talking and doing the things that I didn't know I was actually doing. And I was praying and doing mantras myself back then. I didn't know what some of those things were, but I knew that I was asking for that help. I was asking God to, just forgive me and cleanse me of this wrongdoing that happened to me that I didn't ask for and I didn't know. I didn't know, what that was, a grown man trying to do these things to a little girl, and I didn't know what any of that was. I wasn't living my life as a grown little woman. I was a little girl. I was a child, being a child, living in a child's world. And I didn't want those things to happen. Telling yourself, I'm sorry you went through that. And that's what I did to me to start getting me, and I got those tools going to therapy. Like saying to myself, I'm sorry you went through that. You didn't deserve that. You're so worthy of love, always have been, and you always will be. Always. And I want you all to listen to that, and say this, to yourself, to say basically that I'm sorry you went through that. I'm so sorry that you went through that. Saying it to yourself, getting in the mirror, looking at yourself, and saying, I'm sorry that you went through that. You didn't deserve that. You're so worthy of love. Always have been and always will be. You're worthy of it. And you don't have to beg and do crazy things and just throw yourself at somebody. You don't have to do that, beloved. You're worthy of it. You are worthy of love. You are loved. We are all loved. We are all loved. Self-love, it's radical and it is powerful. It's powerful and it's a daily practice. And it's something that you get used to. You say this mantra, and I'm going to say it again for you. I'm sorry you went through that. You didn't deserve that. Speaking to yourself. You are worthy of love. Always. Always, always, always. You always have been and you always will be. These are things that you need to say to yourself in the mirror every single day. Every single day. When you first get up, write it on a sticky note and put it on your mirror. And say these things. Use some indelible ink so nothing runs when you're in the shower and all that stuff. And put it on a sticky note. Just those things. I'm sorry you went through that. You didn't deserve that. You are so worthy of love. Always have been, always will be. Put that on a sticky note in the mirror and start saying that to yourself every day, and then say, I love you and you got this. Yes, yes. You know, you're not behind, you're not broken. You're a masterpiece in progress. A masterpiece in progress. Because we're all masterpieces. We were made, Spirit made us, God made us. We are masterpieces. We have all broke that mold. There's nobody else like you. Nobody else like me. Nobody else. There are a few yappies, though. There are a lot of yappies in the world. But there's nobody like me. There's nobody like you. We are just magnificent. And we got to make ourselves feel that way. So say those things to yourself. There's nothing stupid about it. There's nothing silly about it. Nothing. Do that for yourself, and you're going to start to feel that come up. What I did for myself this morning, I got in the shower this morning, and if you watch Sacred Knowledge Tarot, I forgot which video it was. I don't know if it was a Leo video or a video to the collective. It might have been a Leo video, and it was one from this week. And where she said, a lot of times we need the grounding. And a lot of times we can't get out in nature and we can't be. But what she does for herself every day, she gets in the shower and she just asks Spirit to release that negative energy from her. Let the water run down and let all of that negative energy and everything that was unsolicited that came into your life. That's what I did this morning. So many things have come into my life this week that I didn't want and I didn't ask for. And, it wasn't all negative energies, but they were negative energies to me because I didn't ask for that. I didn't sit with that. I don't feel with that. And I don't want somebody else's negative energy. I don't want somebody else's problems. I don't want somebody else's anything in my space. This is my sacred space, my sacred temple. I don't want that in. And another thing that I did, where is it? I hope it didn't fall down again. It did. That I did this today and that I do every day too is, oh, sorry. I had to get down there. Holy water that came from the Lords of America in the Bronx. Miss Tarot D would know about this, about the grotto in the Bronx. And I sprinkle my area with this because I need to cleanse. I need to cleanse my space. And today being the funeral of Pope Francis, I'm saying, yes, I need my holy water today of all days. I put it on me. I do the sign of the cross. I need it. I need it. Because I need these evil entities and spirits and people's negative energies and people's problems. I need that away from me. Because I didn't ask for that. I'm happy to be a conduit to you, to facilitate when you need me, to speak with you, but I don't want that energy on me afterwards. I got to get rid of that, and I did that. I cleansed my body, and I do that every day, and I would cleanse, and I asked, Spirit. When I got out that shower, I felt like $1,000,000 I felt so fan-fucking-tastic because that stuff is just washed away and lifted away, and that went down the drain. I grounded myself, and that went down the drain. Yes. That's what we have to do for ourselves. That's what we have to do for ourselves. And just remember always that you're not broken. You're not behind. There's no time limit on anything. You are a masterpiece in progress. So I hope something here resonates with you. So now, let's pull a card. And we're going to pull a card from the Light Seers Tarot. The tarot. The tarot. And let's see what pops out. Let's see. Let's ask Divine Spirit. Divine Spirit, tell us something the heart needs to hear today. What the heart needs to hear on this Saturday that we did the sacred sacrament of saying goodbye to Pope Francis. This beautiful sunshine Saturday, the last Saturday of April, Divine Spirit. You know, let's pull this card together. Tell us something the heart needs to hear today. And guess what popped out? You know, the cards don't lie. I couldn't make any of this up. Couldn't make it up if I tried. We have got the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups. Isn't this beautiful? You know, we have dad with his dog. Or not a dad. We have a young man there with a puppy. And then we have him with his dog now grown up. That's what I think this means. That's what I think, right? Because we're talking about nostalgia today. We're talking about going back into our inner child and healing those wounds. So this is him as a little boy with his puppy. And now, you know, he's grown. His puppy is still here with him. His grown senior dog now. So yeah, that nostalgia of my new puppy, my new best friend, and now I'm still here with my best friend today. And I just love that. And let's see what the book says. It says, nostalgia, reconnecting with people from the past, harmony, themes of your life, inner child, and future self. And being stuck, the shadow seer of this is being stuck in the past, what we just talked about. Lamenting decisions and actions, a need to forgive others, a reminder to forgive yourself. Isn't that what we just said? Isn't that what I just said? To forgive ourselves, letting people in, and a need to deal with the regret, because we have to deal with that in order to get that away from us and not be stuck in that stagnant, like, well, she did this to me and that happened to me and he did this to me and now... No, beloved, no. You know, we really need to, you know, you may be experiencing that nostalgia or feeling triggered by old memories. And that's happened this week. And being triggered by old memories, so it's time to forgive yourself by releasing any residual guilt that you still carry from the past, from past relationships, past trauma, you know, or previous actions. It is time to accept that you are human and stop lamenting over the decisions that you've made up until now. Stop it. Stop doing that shit. Whoever we have a problem with or whatever is happening to us, those people have moved on with their lives. They're not giving a damn about what we're going through. We've got to move forward and move past that. Forgive ourselves. Give ourselves grace. It's for us. Forgive the past. Forgive that. I forgave that person that did that to me because that was for me. And as a little girl, I didn't know that, but that was for me, not for that person. I could give a rat's fucking ass about that person. Now he is in the ground, dead. Okay, he's dead. I don't, you know what? I'm not sure if he's in the ground or not. I'm not sure. I don't know if they buried him or they cremated him because I was invited to go to that funeral and I was not going to that shit. Hell no. The day that I got the news that this man died, I cried and sobbed so hard. Zoe was like, oh my God, mommy. I cried and released that shit so hard. I'm like, thank you, Spirit. Thank God that motherfucker is dead and he could never hurt another person and he could never hurt me ever again. That is gone from my life. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. And thank you, Spirit, for this card. Thank you, Spirit, for this. The nostalgia. I mean, this, I couldn't make this up if I tried. The cards don't lie, people. The cards don't lie. They don't lie. What have I just been saying? And every time I do a card pull, I amaze myself. Because it's like, how does that happen? How does this shit happen? You know, how does it happen? But I mean, this card is just perfect. It speaks to memories of the past. It speaks to memories of the past, our inner child, I mean, and the message today, the message today from me is that it's safe to come to yourself. Like I said here, you are allowed to reclaim your joy. You are allowed, beloved, to reclaim your joy, your softness, your innocence. You are allowed to. You are allowed to. You don't have to protect yourself with armor anymore. You don't have to put that hard shield on. You don't have to be so guarded. You don't have to. You don't have to. But people who are still like that have not done the work. And they could say they've done the work all day long, but you have not done the work, beloved. You have not. You have not. You have not completed that work. You have not completed it. You've not completed it. You just haven't done it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody has their own time. Their own time of going through this. There's divine timing. I talk about that all the time. But in order to get out of that stagnation and break those chains that bind you and get that stick that's stuck up your ass out of there, you have to do the work. You have to do the work. Your heart is your greatest strength. It's your greatest strength, and you're beautiful. You're beautiful. And let's go back, to our mantras. I'm sorry you went through that. I'm so sorry. You're going to say this to yourself. I'm saying this to you, but you're going to say this to yourself. I'm sorry you went through this. You didn't deserve that. You are so worthy of love. Beloved, you are so worthy of love. And, you always have been, and you always will be. Yes, always, always. And like I always say, I have another card to pull because I have to pull an angel number card after all of this. I got to pull an angel number card to see what we get. But, I just want you to know that you are, you're worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy of love. You are enough. You are enough. You are. And, let's see. I hope that something resonated with you all here today. I hope that it did. And I hope that if you are in the space, if you're working on yourself, that you continue to do the work. You continue to do the work, because one day you're going to wake up and you're going to be like, wow, there's nothing fogging my brain. There's nothing here. I'm not thinking about this. I'm not thinking about that. I don't have anybody telling me this, and pushing this agenda and pushing that agenda and pushing this forward and pushing that forward. No. It's just going to be you, loving you, being love, joy and happiness. That's it. That's it. All right, let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. Let's see if we get. Oh, we did get a jumper. We got two. But we're only going to use one of these. Oh my goodness. And the other jumper was a card that I did, and that was done the other day on one of the lives I was watching. One of the readings that I was watching was the 0808, the Swift Action card. And we've pulled that here before. I think we probably pulled it this week. But the card we got today is 2424. And this card is good times, leisure, rest, holiday, pleasure, love, affection, kindness, and happiness. All go with 2424. I love it. I love it. Now listen to this message. Okay, listen to this. You are worthy of affection. What did I just say? Do these cards lie? You heard me shuffle. The card fell out. I didn't pick this ahead of time or any of that. And if I had the camera to go overhead, you would have seen that. But I don't have that. I mean, not the camera, the tripod. I keep saying the camera. I do have a camera. Right here. You are worthy of affection, leisure, and pleasure. If you tell your family and friends how you feel, you'll find that you're all on the same page and can work together effectively. Many people are rooting for you. Yes, the universe is rooting for you, beloved. I'm rooting for you, and you have to root for yourself. If you spread love, it will find its way back to you multiplied, 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 multiplied. But that first starts with the love for yourself. The love for yourself. And you will get that love. You don't have to work at loving. You don't have to work at begging people to love you. Or every time you meet somebody, it's like, I love you, I love you, I love you. You don't have to do that. Start here. Because that love is what's for you is for you. You don't have to beg, and you don't have to act a certain way. And you don't have to, try to buy somebody's affection. You don't have to. You don't have to. So screenshot this. So yes, I love this today. I love this for us today. This today was just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So, as the girly pops say on their channel, if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, and subscribe for more. But you've seen that all coming up through here. I don't ever ask those questions. I think it's funny. I do think it's funny, but just, please like this and comment down below. If you're doing the shadow work, will you say these mantras in the mirror to yourself every day, several times a day? Say them to yourself. Say the divine spirit prayer. I put it up yesterday. I think I took a picture of it yesterday and put it up in the last video. I think that was either 142 or 141. I think I put it up in one of those. And say that, or just say the little one that's down in the bottom of the screen. Just do that for yourself. Just do it. I promise you that the blessings that will continue to flow in your life will be mind-boggling. You won't believe it. You'll be like, oh my God, I'm so blessed. And yes, because you have given yourself grace. You have asked Divine Spirit to help you be your best, do your best, serve your best, and have the best day ever. Yes. Yes. And then you say thank you. And you got this. You got it. So, what I'm going to say is that I love you. I see you. And I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. Please let me know, that this resonated with you. And this is not meant to be a triggering anything. This is not a triggering video. It's not. So I just want you to know that. Do not be triggered by anything. Start working on yourself. If you're triggered, you need help and you need to work on yourself. So start working on yourself, seeking that help that you need and the tools that you need. Start journaling everything and speak to somebody, or if you really feel so, bogged down and that things, you need to call 911 and you need to get help for yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Or seek therapy. That's what I did. I sought therapy. I had 3 different therapists. One of them I loved to pieces. The other 2 I really didn't care for. Actually, I had 4. I had 4 therapists. And to the point where I don't need that anymore. But you can always go back and revisit. And if I do at another time, I will. But right now, I've done the work for myself and I'm proud of myself. And I love me. And I'm getting all that love back and affection back because that's what I'm putting out. That's what I'm putting out. Yes, yes. And I'm happy. This is not fake. This is the infectious me every day because I did the work. I did the work. As a little girl and as a grown-ass woman, I did the work. So you need to do the work. And when somebody says something, you don't keep giving excuses and but this and this and this and this. No, because you're not doing the work if you have to do that. You have to really focus and do the work. And it takes time. But when you have done that work, it's magnificent. When you come through the other side, it's a beautiful thing. So don't ever give up. Give yourself grace, give yourself time, and speak to yourself with kindness and with love every day, because you are worthy of love and you are enough. So, on that note, deuces! Yappy and Lexi out! Enjoy the rest of your Saturday and the rest of your weekend. Remember to come back on Monday morning here on my channel, 6 a.m. sunrise with the beautiful Spiritual Rain Francis. She and I will be here Monday morning, 6 a.m. bright and early. So please come on by. We'd love to have you. And I'll see ya. I'll see you on the interwebs. And remember that we and I love you plenty, plenty, plenty.